Yes, Mr. Singh. How are you? I'm all good. Yes, of course. Our mediation last month went really well. I am so glad to hear the progress on the implementation of a statement. Let's schedule a follow-up next week to discuss our remaining deliverables. Okay, does Thursday at 3 p.m. works? Perfect. I'll set up a meeting. Oh, an email. A court-referred mediation between Zenith Corp and Green River Initiative regarding environmental concern. Interesting. Looks like this one will require a different approach.
Oh, the court order. Let me look into the facts of the case. Okay, let's see how we can resolve this. But first of all, let me schedule a meeting.
Hello, Mr. Resolvee.
Hello, Miss Mehta. How are you?
I'm good.
Hello, Mrs. Olvi. How are you doing today?
Hello, Miss Sharma. I'm all good. How are you?
I'm good.
Welcome, Miss Sharma. Welcome, Miss Mehta. I appreciate both of you taking our time together to come together for this mediation. As you know, this is a confidential process. So the goal here is to discuss your concerns openly and to hopefully find some common ground.
Mrs. Olvi, I'm very glad to be in front of you. But frankly, the situation we are in right now is like very dire. Zenith Corp, they have been poisoning our river for years, and all they care about is their bottom line. We have approached them countless times, and each time they ignore us. And they just find ways to wriggle out of their accountability, which is not fair at all.
That's not true, Ms. Sharma. Zenith Corp adheres to all the environment laws. Just because your organization thinks we are at fault doesn't mean we are. The claims are exaggerated. We are compliant with every regulation in place.
Hmm. I understand both of your perspectives, but we are here to find a way forward. Let's just not forget that and not to argue about past issues. Let's just focus on what's at stake for and how all of us can work towards resolving this.
Compliance doesn't mean clean. I don't know when will Zenith Corp learn that. Your company may technically be within the law, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're not causing irreparable harm to the ecosystem. The same ecosystem all of us need to survive. And the river can't wait for you to fix the loopholes that you are clearly exploiting.
And we don't have unlimited resources, Ms. Sharma. We have invested millions in waste management and we follow all the legal standards. Your demands are unrealistic.
Okay, let's take a step back. I understand, and it's pretty much evident that both of you are passionate about your careers and causes. But this conversation starting to circle. Let's just not forget that we should focus on present and future and not argue about past issues. So, what are the potential solutions that can be agreed upon here?
The solution is clear as day. It's just so simple. Miss Mehta should just have her company stop polluting the river, start taking responsibility for the damage you have caused, and find the restoration, fund the restoration of the river. Just take some actions, do something for the society.
We cannot just stop operations overnight. We are talking about a company that provides thousands of jobs. If you shut us down, you are hurting more people than you are helping.
Hmm. I can see that the tensions are high and we're not going to get to a resolution in this session. How about this? Let's reconvene in 2 days. I'll set up a one more meeting with you guys and I'll send you a more structured approach of this session. For now, this session is over.
However, I'm here just because of the mandated court mediation. But I really thank Ms. Resolvee for your efforts that you have put into this conversation. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Zol.
Hi, Ms. Resolvee. Good to see you again. I am really sorry for how it ended last time. That was not my intention. I don't know, I think I was just very frustrated.
Hi, Ms. Sharma. I'm all good. Well, to be honest, the tensions were really genuine, so you don't have to blame yourself. I completely understand. How are you doing today?
I don't know. I've just been so stressed lately because of this. I just want this to get over. This is taking too much of toll on my personal as well as my professional life. I just want to be over with this. Thank you.
Well, firstly, I just want you to be, I just want to make few things clear that this is a private conversation. It's between me and you. So whatever is discussed in this private session will be highly confidential. And also, Ms. Sharma, I understand your concerns regarding the river and the community, but I really need to know that what do you consider as a fair solution? I mean, what are you expecting out of this mediation process?
As I told, I just want this to be over. Like, all I want is for the river to be protected. It has been a source of water, like a source of irrigation for farmers and everything. And this one corporation just comes and pollutes the whole thing, affecting the lifeline inside the water, affecting the people surrounding it. And I don't think it's just okay for that to happen. And I really want Zenith Corp to acknowledge their role in the whole pollution, in the whole role that they have played in the pollution. They just can't tell that it just doesn't happen out of nowhere. And this is not just the sake for environment, but I think we are also fighting for the people who live around it, the livelihood of the people. Money doesn't buy anything, health matters, right? So it's like they have completely destroyed the livelihoods and they're ignoring it for far too long. They're just acting like they didn't do anything in this, and I don't think that's fair at all.
I understand. I understand your concerns. But what possible solutions do you think lies in front of us?
I don't know, maybe how I just want both of us to have our way. Like, I understand they've invested millions of millions and they expect a return on investment, and I know how corporate works, but I think maybe both of us should acknowledge it and we want both of our needs to get satisfied. I don't want them to get completely shut down. Maybe just we could consider having a joint environmental audit, um, where we can have a individual third party to assess the actual damage instead of me coming in, and instead of Miss Mehta having a say in it, we could have a proper unbiased person who actually cares for the environment and can do us some good. I think that could be one of the solution.
That's very thoughtful, Miss Sharma, I must say. Well, thank you for sharing that, Miss Sharma.
Thank you, Ms. Resolve.
Hello, Mr. Zolvi. How are you?
Hello, Miss Mehta. I am all good. How are you?
I'm good as well.
Firstly, I want you to know that this is a private session, which means it's a session between me and you. So I want you to be very honest with me and discuss all of your concerns openly, so we can work together to find a resolution for this entire problem. And I'll assure that whatever is discussed in this private session will be highly confidential. So we'll begin now. Miss Mehta, you've mentioned that Zenith Corp cannot shut down operations overnight. So, what does a realistic solution for your company looks like? I mean, how can we bridge the gap between corporate obligations and environmental concerns?
So, as we also want to take up and care for the environmental concerns, we are willing to fund a cleanup initiative. But we need to be sure it's not going to hurt our bottom line, because this isn't just about, the damage control. It's more about the partnership.
Hmm. Well, what can I say? I'll have to agree on this. Partnership is the key. Perhaps, we can find a way for the both parties to ensure that they actually fund for the cleanup, ensuring that the river's health is being prioritized. Because to be honest, it is the only thing that matters. The holistic ramification or the possible outcomes this disaster can have is beyond imagination. So we can convince both the parties, we can work on this, that we'll ensure that the both parties fund to the cleanup while ensuring that the river's health is being prioritized. But Miss Mehta, you'll have to show good faith because the NGO needs real action.
I know that, and I will probably show my best good faith I can show. But as I said earlier, that it's about partnership. In partnership, we need to make some compromises to get in one solution. So I will do as many compromises I can have to, come into a proper solution and to see and to clear all the environmental concerns which Ms. Sharma in this case is having. And I would also hope that Ms. Sharma can also, give some or give us and provide us some compromises from her side as well, so that we both can bring this cleanup initiative a successful one, and her and mine, everyone's concerns are over.
That's a great start, brilliant start. It's really nice to see that both of you are acknowledging your concerns. We look forward to the joint session, Miss Mehta. See you there.
Thank you so much.
Hello, Mrs. Dolby.
Hello, Miss Sharma.
Hello, Mr. Zolvi.
Hello, Miss Mehta. Well, thank you both for your patience today. Um, let's just try something different today, okay? I want to introduce the concept empty river today. Just imagine if a river could speak, if it could voice its own concern, what do you think it would say?
Mm, I think I think it would want us to help it. I think it would want its voice to be heard, the suffering it's going through to be known to people. But yeah, I think it technically, basically, would want to be saved from all the sufferings.
Yeah, I think it would want us to do more, and it would not want to be ignored.
Hmm. Okay. Well, Miss Mehta, considering that you've mentioned that it would want us to do more, what do you think you can do as a part of more for this entire problem? Or what do you think is the possible solution from your side for the river problem?
So, for one solution I can think of is that we could create a plan that brings both of us together, like a joint investment for restoring the river, and we can do joint funding as well for it.
I think I think that's a good idea. Maybe we could also have a third party in it so that we don't fool each other and we have someone who is unbiased and who can hold us accountable for our actions. Maybe that would also help, and I'm willing to be a part of this.
Yeah, that works for me as well.
I am pleased to see both of you find some common ground finally. And let's just summarize all the points we've discussed so far to ensure that all of us are on the same page. Sounds good?
Yes.
So, first, we've agreed that Zenith Corp will fund a third party environmental audit of the manufacturing process and its implication on the local river as well. And this audit will be monitored by a third independent party, agency, or party. which will ensure that the transparency is also there and also with expertise in environmental science and pollution management.
Yes, we are on board with that, and we want an accurate assessment of the situation. And I think we'll ensure full cooperation with the audit.
Absolutely. I think that is what we needed. And I think it's a really necessary step. We need the truth, and transparency will be the key for both of us to move forward with this discussion.
Perfect. Secondly, both parties have also agreed to jointly fund a cleanup initiative to restore the river. And now this initiative will involve some immediate plans. For example, the water improvement and waste removal and water purification, and also some long-term measures to restore the river to ensure ongoing protection in the future as well.
It's
Sounds
very
good?
important. Yeah, it is. I think the river needs to be restored very immediately, and both of us, the NGO as well as the Zenith Corp, should make sure that it's done properly.
Yes, I think we will be a part of that solution.
Perfect. Third, we agreed that both parties will collaborate on a long-term monitoring plan to ensure that the river remains clean and protected from any future pollution. And now this monitoring will also be overseen by the third party that agreed for the audit as well to ensure that the transparency is there and also the honesty.
Obviously, I think we need to make sure that this is not just a one time plan, because the corporation will be here for more than an year or for a one time thing. So it is very important that we keep monitoring, and the monitoring plan which we place will hold Zenith Corp accountable, and it will also ensure future compliance with all the agreements that we have agreed upon now. I think this is good.
Yes, I think monitoring process is very, important, first of all, and I think we can work together.
Well, lastly, I want to emphasize the importance of ongoing communication. Today, both of you have made significant leap in understanding each other's perspectives. And well, that's a great start. Moving forward, I suggest we also schedule a follow-up mediation session, to ensure that everything is going smooth and to discuss about the progress on the initiative and cleanup efforts as well.
Why not? I don't see an issue in that. A follow up session actually sounds more reasonable, and I'd like to see the progress on the cleanup as well as the audit.
I agree, and we will have our team ready for the next session as well.
So I'm confident that this mediation session has been a success, and I'm so happy and I'm so glad to see both of you have agreed to actually make this river initiative a success, and that's quite remarkable. That's a very remarkable step to take forward, and I'll look forward to be hearing about the progress you made. Thank you, Ms. Sharma. Thank you, Ms. Mehta. Take care. I'll remain in touch with you guys, and I'll be more than happy to hear about all the progress you've made about the river initiative and about how it's going and how you've maintained this thing. And it's very important that despite what we have discussed now, despite what will you be planning for this entire river initiative in the present as well, you'll have to make sure that this thing is also monitored and maintained until the last. Always remember, no matter what, you can always resolve it.
Thank you, Mrs. Resolvee. I think, it was best decision that ever happened instead of lagging in courts, having so many cases, lagging it for so many years. I think that was quick, and I'm really thankful for your patience even when we were not in the proper communicating system.
Yes, I deeply agree with Ms. Sharma. And thank you, Mr. Zolvi, for coming from your busy schedule and giving us time to, just help us out to come to a conclusive decision. And I would also look forward to meet you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ms. Sharma.
Thank you, Ms. Mehta. Let's meet up again in the follow up session. and let's go through our. Thank you.